Alright, what's up everybody? It is Zombies here again, and today we have a channel update. So I just wanted to provide y'all a little bit of an update on the channel, as well as the giveaway we have going on from the podcast from last episode, episode 3. We announced you're doing a giveaway mega box. If you haven't heard about that, the link will be in the description where you can enter that. All you need to do is drop a like and retweet on the tweet in the description, as well as follow at Fighting Pit on Twitter, which is the official Fighting Pit podcast Twitter account. And then last but not least, make sure you are subscribed here on YouTube, and you will be entered to win. And we will be drawing the results of this probably towards the end of my stream, a little bit later on tonight. Stream is probably going to be going live at around 7 p.m. EST time, and it is going to be on my Twitch channel. The link for that will also be in the description. But if you do not know, it is twitch.tv/zombiesgonomnom, and it is with a Z at the end of zombies, not an S. So yeah, I just wanted to provide a update on a few things. It has been about a month and a half since I started the channel here, and it has been really awesome seeing all the support from the community and the interest in the mercenary videos. So those are definitely going to keep coming daily for sure. I did want to let everyone know, I know the microphone stuff has been kind of all over the place, especially in the past week or two. Unfortunately, mic I have is kind of dying on me, and I've been trying to do some stuff to kind of fix it and try and kind of fix the issues I've had with it in post. But unfortunately it didn't, sometimes it did okay, but it doesn't seem like a sustainable solution. So I just bought the bullet and I bought a new mic. So that'll be coming in tomorrow, and I'm really excited about that. That should really up the audio quality of things. So, and hopefully it'll be a lot more consistent now. I won't have to do as much work messing around with it in post. And yeah, so the audio quality bump will be coming really soon, later this week. Speaking of other things that are coming, I have a little bit of a list here of some stuff that I have in development. So one thing I really want to do, it's probably going to take a little bit of time for me to kind of fully plan it out, because I want it to be a very effective resource, and that is I want to work on a comprehensive introduction guide to mercenaries for new players, do kind of like a part 1 for PvE and getting started with the game, and a part 2 for, kind of dipping your toe in the water into PvP and getting a feeling for what that is like. And so yeah, but those are things that I want to plan out a lot more and really kind of have it be a good resource for people getting into the game, regardless of if they're watching it, a day or a week after it comes out, or maybe like a month or 2 months or 6 months after it comes out. I want to make sure it is I want to make sure they're videos that have kind of staying power and are useful to people, because I think that is one thing that would help the community grow, is having some more resources for new players. I know a bunch of my friends have been interested in the concept of the game, but don't know enough about it to really want to commit to taking the plunge to actually learning it and playing it. So I'm hoping with a resource like this, we can get more people. If you are in a similar position where you have some friends who you think might like mercenaries, but they just don't really know where to get started, or you don't really know how to give them a short TLDR on what mercenaries is and how it works, that's kind of going to be the goal of those videos. They're going to take a little bit longer to come down the pipeline, because they're going to be much more scripted and have much more editing most likely than my typical stuff does, but hopefully they will be good resources when we get those. So stay tuned for that. We also have new team comps coming, because obviously we have the new mercenaries, so I've been busy grinding them up. There will be a new comp later today. This is a Valera comp. I'm going to leave the rest of it as a little bit of a surprise, All I will say is that it is different than my last Valyria comp, and I know a lot of people will probably be happy to hear this. No Karen Diablo bench for this one, so look forward to that, especially if you're getting a little tired of all the Karen and Diablo. They're great units, I love playing them, but we definitely need a little bit more variety. So I'm going to be trying to do a little bit more variety with the backline, if that is possible. And right now, I think one thing, even though Valyria is kind of controversial, I do think she is kind of enabling a bit more interesting and diverse backlines, potentially. So I think that could be a kind of cool thing that might help shift things away from Karen Diablo, but Karen Diablo also benefit from it a lot, so I'm sure there will still be plenty of them running around either way. Another thing that you should be expecting in the future is I'm going to be trying to do some more shorter highlight games, kind of like that last video I did about Valyria, just kind of showing a game or two with the comp that I thought it was a good game or a fun game, but I'm not ready to make like a full team comp video for it because maybe it's a new team I'm testing or I just don't know it well enough yet, but I still want to showcase the game. So expect more gameplay content like that coming more regularly for sure. And then we are also going to eventually probably do some matchup guides. This is actually something I would love to do with some other members of the community. So I'm going to see about reaching out to some other people, potentially to start doing that, because I think it'd be really awesome to have some really good matchup guides. The only thing that I think could make that tricky is they might be hard to keep updated, because if we are getting regularly kind of scheduled mercenaries content every month or month and a half or however long it is, it might be hard for a matchup guide to stay as relevant if the matchup totally changes a month later. But we'll have to kind of wait and see. We're still in the early days of mercenaries. It has only been about a month and a half since release, so I'm sure there's still a lot to still be figured out and determined. But that was something I was thinking about. I do think matchup guides would be really cool, but they would also probably require a fair amount of work, because definitely want to make sure getting the right information out there. So might have to see about consulting some experts on some decks and seeing if we can get their opinions. Another exciting thing that is coming very, very soon, hopefully, is going to be we're going to have our first guest on the podcast. So on the offhand chance you do not know, we do a podcast here. It's the Fighting Pit podcast about all things mercenaries, especially PvP and community and all that stuff. So if you like that stuff, definitely go check that out. We're going to be having our first guest soon. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to leave that as a little bit of a surprise, but definitely later this month, first guest on the podcast should be really exciting. One thing that is not related to mercenaries is actually Pokemon stuff. So Pokemon stuff is still coming. I know I mentioned it a while ago, and there hasn't really been much of it yet. There are a few different reasons for that, but the main thing is it just takes a while to grind up a certain amount of teams in Pokemon, and I'm trying to have at least like a few competitive teams that I can mess around with, so it's not the same team over and over again for the first few videos. So that's taking some time, and obviously with the recent content release in Hearthstone and the full expansion for Constructed coming out next week, it's just I've had a lot of other stuff on my plate and the podcast, and I haven't had as much time to get to my Pokemon breeding stuff as I would like, but I'm definitely getting there, slowly chipping away at it. Have at least like 2 or 3 teams together so far. So more Pokemon stuff is going to be coming. It might take like another week or 2, but I do have my first 2 battles done and recorded. Just need to be edited, and I will put those up. So I might throw the first one of those up pretty soon, just as a little teaser of kind of what to expect in terms of the Pokemon stuff, because I really am loving the Gen 4 remakes, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Those games have a lot of special memories, battling people on Wi-Fi, And so far in the games that I've had online, it has been really, really fun. And even though it's slightly different and some things are changed, it still brings back a lot of those great memories I had playing Pokemon online. And given the kind of similarities in terms of combat and team building from Pokemon and Mercenaries, I think if you like one, it wouldn't be surprising to me if you also end up liking the other. So definitely more Pokemon stuff coming hopefully soon. I am also going to be working on Nuzlocke and probably another few general tips and tricks, kind of like I did for the Battle Tower. I do want to post like a good kind of team or two just running through the Battle Tower. So to give people an idea of just kind of what works if you do want to get through those first, I think it's 50 battles that you need to get through in order to unlock the Master Battle Mode. But yeah, so that stuff's going to be coming probably later this month before the end of the year. But it is going to take a little bit longer on the Pokemon stuff just because there's been so much other stuff going on. It's been hard to find time for it, and unfortunately, Pokemon breeding and everything does take a long time, even when you do have really good resources like a 6IV Ditto. One other thing is I'm going to try and be streaming more this month once I've got some of these bigger projects further along in the pipeline. Some of the stuff I mentioned here today definitely is going to take some more time and effort than is kind of typical for most of the content I've put out so far, at least comparatively. But I think it's going to be worth it because I think these videos have a lot of potential to really provide a resource that is currently a little bit lacking, or at least that I'm aware of. Also, keep on the lookout for tomorrow, where I'm going to have another kind of tips, tricks video, kind of talking about some of the stuff that the game does not tell you. This is going to be one of a few videos that'll probably come over time, just kind of trying to help new players and give them some, or newer players, just to kind of give them some information they might not know otherwise, and that the game definitely does not tell you in the tutorial or really anywhere in the game. Kind of like how I know when I first started my channel, the biggest question I would get on my videos is, why are your characters higher stats than mine? I have mine at level 32. And the reason for that was because I had that character maxed, and until you get a character maxed in Mercenaries, the game doesn't tell you. You get an additional +1 attack and +5 health. So just kind of things like that, things that are important to know about the game, but aren't really like intuitively explained to you by the game. Because some of that stuff's really important. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming tomorrow. I'm also going to be trying to do some more PvE stuff a little bit more regularly. I definitely know PvP is my focus and my favorite part of the game, and probably the main reason I play the game. But I have been having more fun with the PvE recently, and I think there's a lot of potential there in the future. I know we just had a little, I think there was kind of a bug that kind of leaked this idea of a legendary bounty. If you don't know, right now the max amount of tasks you can get for a character is 18, but I have seen a screenshot circling around where someone ended up getting task 19, and it was undoable, but what it said is complete, and there was a bracket, and it said insert specific, and then legendary bounty. So definitely that sounds like that's something that is kind of being tested or is in development or was in development. So that's really cool, and I really enjoyed doing the last video I put out yesterday about doing the farming on Nefarian with that OTK method. That was really cool. I was really happy we had a member of the community kind of tell me about that, because that video never would have happened without them. So yeah, if you have more fun PvE ideas, please share them with me, because I really like doing kind of unique, fun kills like that are also effective in terms of getting yourself coins. One other thing I thought could be cool to do, it's kind of an experiment, would be maybe doing a free-to-play Mercenaries account on one of the other servers, so that could be pretty neat. That's probably going to be a little bit further off because Mercenaries obviously takes a lot of time to grind, and I'm just now getting to the point where I've grinded most of my Mercenaries all the way up, except for a few of the new ones. So I don't really want to sign up for that grind all over again right away. So that might not come for a little bit, maybe beginning or sometime next year. I don't know if that's going to happen this month. There's just too much other stuff going on. But yeah, if you'd like to see some free-to-play friendly kind of like building an account from zero, if that's something that sounds interesting, let me know, because I would love to know if there's kind of interest for that, because that'll help me gauge if that's something I should be working on or not. That is going to be it for kind of the bulk of the video here. I just want to say again, I really appreciate all the support. Support has been really, really huge. The mercenary community has been just absolutely great. I spend a lot of my time when I'm not like working on video stuff or streaming myself, hanging out in a lot of the other mercenary streamer chats. So if you're ever looking for me, that is one spot you can find me, and definitely encourage you to check out all the other mercenary streamers. There are quite a few amount of them now, and that number does seem to be growing by the day. So that's really exciting. I'm glad we're seeing more people stream this game, and I hope to start streaming it some more myself soon. We are getting pretty close to 1K subs though, so I did want to mention that, and I do have something kind of special potentially planned for 1K subs. So when that does happen, we'll have some more information about that. But just now we do have a little secret surprise in the works for when that happens. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Just really want to say appreciate all the love and support. If you have any other things you'd like to see, or any ideas for stuff that could be cool to do in Mercenaries, please let me know. Would love to hear it. But that's gonna do it for this one. If you enjoyed it, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.